Secrets of Playboy Bombshells, Sex Rings, Kidnappings and FBI Investigations. Holly Madison, Sandra Theodore, Miki Garcia and more individuals who were close to Playboy founder Hugh Hefner speak about their alleged experiences at the famed mansion. If walls could talk, Hugh Hefner would be in some trouble. In the A&E docuseries Secrets of Playboy, which premieres January 24, numerous individuals speak about their alleged experiences at the Playboy mansion, where the founder hosted star-studded parties and lived with his girlfriends. And though it seemed like a place of endless fun and excitement, playmates such as Holly Madison and Sandra Theodore claimed that bad things took place behind closed doors. The reason I think the mansion was very cult-like looking back on it is because we were all kind of gaslit and expected to think of Hef as like this really good guy, Madison, who dated Hefner from 2001 to 2008, says in episode 2. And you started to feel like, oh, he's not what they say in the media, he's just a nice man. In reality, Madison now believes she had Stockholm disorder from living in the famed mansion, saying, I felt like I was in this cycle of gross things and I didn't know what to do. Madison isn't the only one sharing her story. Theodore, fellow playmate Miki Garcia and more participate in the docu-series, alleging that Hefner was not the man he portrayed himself to be to the media. Continue reading to learn everything shared in the new series. Hefner had blackmail on those who lived in the house, according to numerous people. In episode 1, Bunny mother PJ Maston alleges that Hefner had sex tapes of women as collateral. His ex-girlfriend Sandra Theodore adds, the thing is, he had tapes on everybody. Hefner's former security guard, Stefan Tatenbaum, says that it wasn't just sexual in nature, every place had microphones and little cameras. We had to be very careful because we knew we were being monitored. In episode 10, Miki Garcia and Theodore revealed that they were told in the case of Hefner's death, his executive secretary Mary O'Connor was instructed to destroy all sex tapes. Former executive assistant Lisa Loving Barrett says that she was told they were put in a barrel and thrown out to sea. Holly Madison doesn't think she actually loved Hefner. In the past, the bunny used to say she wanted to marry and have kids with Hefner, but she now says, I think I definitely thought I was in love with Hef, but it was very Stockholm syndrome. Madison adds that she used to think everyone disliked her because they were jealous but later realized Hef always pits the main girlfriend against the other girls. Theodore thought he did this intentionally, speculating, if everyone's a little unsure of themselves, he can get his way. Holly alleges were pressured into getting plastic surgery. Madison says that Hefner expected all the women to look a certain way, claiming, the plastic surgery amongst the girlfriends in the mansion was compulsive. Everybody was doing it with very few exceptions. According to numerous individuals, Hefner would tell the women they weren't photogenic enough and then pay for them to go under the knife. Madison later rebelled against Hefner by cutting her hair, which angered him, according to Madison and Marquardt. In 2008, Madison left after Hefner became even meaner. According to Marquardt, Hefner was pretty abrasive in the way he said things to Holly and would berate her for her appearances. Eventually, Madison wanted to leave but she was afraid to, because he had a mountain of revenge porn waiting to come out. She contemplated committing suicide but the Girls Next Door series saved her because she felt she had a sense of purpose. Playboy bunnies were targeted by club members. Former security guard Jim Ellis and bunny mother PJ Maston claimed that the women who worked at Playboy clubs were vulnerable to the club members, alleging that the women were often drugged and assaulted by men who frequented the clubs. In one 1978 incident, 6 Playboy bunnies were kidnapped, drugged and raped while held captive in New Jersey, according to the New York Times. Maston said at least 40 to 50 women were assaulted, but they were not allowed to report crimes to police or take victims to the hospital. Maston said she was a member of the cleanup crew, who made sure assaults weren't shared with the public. Bobby Arnstein and Adrienne Pollock were accused of trafficking drugs for Hugh Hefner. The DEA and FBI were convinced that there was rampant drug use going on in the Playboy mansion, so they targeted Hefner's secretary, Bobby Arnstein. When the FBI arrested Arnstein, they found cocaine in her purse and tried to make her flip on Hefner. Playmate Adrienne Pollock had previously died of a drug overdose, but the authorities reopened the case after rumors surfaced that she and Arnstein were supplying drugs to the bunnies. According to the New York Times, Hefner said that the FBI was on a witch hunt and there is no truth to the rumors. Arnstein later committed suicide in January 1975, at which point the FBI's case went cold. Now, Hefner's ex Sandra Theodore claims that she was a drug mule for Hefner, saying in episode 4, "Luckily, I had angels watching over me and I never got caught."